SPMP サイドストーリークンネチプ
Previous overview. Arriving at her destination, Kotan, and getting her sister's information, Kunnecup looked around the Kotan while the guide was getting ready. And every time she heard about her sister from many people, her feelings for her sister became stronger. When I went around the Kotan and returned to the house, a man was waiting in front of the house, and when he saw me, he ran up to me and asked me if I could leave tomorrow because I couldn't guide him today because it was not convenient for me. When I replied that I was in no hurry and that it was almost nightfall, so it was okay to leave tomorrow, he nodded and told me that he would come back later because a meal would be prepared at the elder's house, and he left. After the man left, we noticed a faint smoke coming out of the house, and when we looked inside the house, we saw that the wood in the hermitage was on fire, and the room was slightly warm. There was a bottle of water next to the bonfire, and two small bowls were placed next to it so it could be used as drinking water. Even so, why were they able to react so quickly, as if they knew in advance that we were coming? After thanking them at mealtime, I'm going to ask them a lot of questions. Also, I'm always nervous when I'm new to a new place, but this room is strangely calming. I wonder if this is also thanks to everyone's kindness. It's strange. Later, in the evening, we were invited to dinner, and when we went to the elder's house, many people gathered and it was a very lively dinner. At that time, they told me a little worried about my sister. They hadn't seen my sister's face for a while, and they told me that the elder's family had prepared a house for her, but they were worried because they couldn't see her face. The house we are staying in this time was the house that my sister always used. Also, after my sister stopped coming to Kotan, the boy who was always with my sister came to Kotan only once, but as soon as he finished his errands, he left, so they told him that he couldn't talk to my sister. I think it's probably about Yukakima. Did something happen to my sister? I'm worried about my sister. Yakakima's behavior makes me worried. For the time being, we should be able to leave tomorrow, and there will be someone to guide us, so we should be able to go to Kotan, where my sister lives. After dinner, we thanked the elderly couple for inviting us to dinner and went back to our house. As soon as I returned to my room, I looked around the room. There must be a mark of my sister somewhere, and it was quickly found. My sister's mark was clearly engraved on one of the pillars, and when I gently touched the mark, I heard my sister's gentle voice calling my name. Tears flowed from my eyes. It's a testament to the fact that my sister has always thought of me. But don't just cry. I have to smile so that my sister doesn't worry. I was anxious, but that night Momu and I fell asleep around the hermitage. When I went to the elder's house the next day, there was a man who showed me around, and he said that he could show me around today. I thanked him with a smile before starting our meal, but I was a little nervous emotionally. At that time, everyone was quiet, perhaps sensing my nervousness, and I was only asked by the old lady to send a message to my sister to come see me once in a while. Then, while eating, a man suddenly burst into the house. Everyone was surprised and asked him what was going on, and he replied that there were a lot of injured people and that he wanted someone to come and help him. When we hurried to the entrance of Kotan, a large number of people had gathered there. When we arrived at the entrance and walked over to the wounded, there were 3 men lying on the ground, covered in blood, and 2 men standing next to them. The moment I saw them, I knew immediately who they were. It's that guy, a man I saw in the mountains. This is the man who was cursing Susa. The moment I got in front of them, the man seemed to notice me and shouted my name and tried to attack me with a horrible face. The people around me got in between me and stopped him, so I was safe, but my body was shaking. The next moment, the man held a dagger in his hand and braced himself. What happened next was a blink of an eye. Several people were injured when the people around them tried to seize the man, and although they snatched the dagger, they could not hold it down because the man was violent, and the man ran away. Today's story ends. The continuation of the story will be updated every Saturday. Please look forward to. If you like, please subscribe to the channel. See you again.